What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and we will take a look at the latest reports around Mohamed Kudus, because David Ornstein is reporting that Liverpool are very interested in signing the West Ham attacker who Michael Edwards was very keen on signing him at Ajax, but then he left Liverpool and we went for Cody Gakpo, which I think has been a pretty good transfer so far. But Liverpool have been working behind the scenes on Mohamed Kudus' transfer, and David Ornstein has provided on an update around Mohamed Kudus, and he has confirmed that Mohamed Kudus has a release clause at West Ham, and David Ornstein has suggested that Liverpool are exploring signing an attacking player, either a winger or an attacking midfielder, somebody who has pace, skills, dribbling and also goal scoring ability and assisting ability. From what I hear, David Ornstein said, a wide forward is among the areas Liverpool are exploring heading into the transfer window. I don't know if Kudus is an option, but he's a brilliant player. He has enjoyed an excellent debut season, and it would be surprising if he wasn't on the radar of Liverpool and any other leading club looking to strengthen in that part of the pitch. And just to intersect here, because Michael Edwards wanted Mohamed Kudus when he was playing for Ajax, now I think it's safe to say that Mohamed Kudus is among the top 5 players that Liverpool are looking at bringing in an attacker. It isn't an alleged release clause. There is one, as has been reported in various places. So David Ornstein here confirms that Mohamed Kudus has a release clause, and I don't know the details, but Kudus is not alone in having such a mechanism in his contract. Paqueta and other West Ham players do as well. You will remember it was one of the reasons why he didn't end up joining Brighton. I have no idea if it would be a hindrance or a help. That depends on the terms and the financial situations of his potential, the clubs that want to buy him. West Ham will of course want to keep Kudus and build around him, and West Ham will have Lopetegui coming in as their new manager, and of course Lopetegui wouldn't want to lose one of his best players. And even there were some reports from Ibrahim Sané Dara, a Ghanaian journalist, that Liverpool want to trigger the £85 million release clause of Mohamed Kudus. I think that's a little bit wide of the mark. I don't necessarily believe that Mohamed Kudus is worth that much, but the fact that Liverpool have this kind of money shows that we will sign some very exciting players, and we just need to look at players who will fit into Arne Slot's really high pressing, high octane, really attacking playing style. And Arne Slot and every club that he has been to has always demanded the club to sign wingers, and Mohamed Kudus would be an ideal player in that role. Clubs like Arsenal, Man City, Real Madrid, PSG have all made initial inquiries about Mohamed Kudus, but it seems like Liverpool are the most keen on securing Mohamed Kudus' signature. And one of the reasons why Mohamed Kudus didn't go to Brighton is that Brighton wouldn't allow Mohamed Kudus to have a release clause in his contract, so instead he went to West Ham. And what's interesting is that Everton made a bid for Mohamed Kudus even a summer, like a year before he eventually went to the Premier League. He said in the interview in the Telegraph, the fact that Ajax blocked the transfer to Everton last summer disappointed me. I thought it was time for a new chapter in my career because I didn't play here at Ajax, but the moment the transfer market closed, my full focus was back on Ajax. The only reason I wanted to leave before was my reserve role. But then Ajax sold Anthony to Manchester United for 80 million. What a brilliantly, absolutely flop of a transfer Anthony was. I mean, he scored one Premier League goal all season for 80 million. That's one of the worst transfers in Premier League history, in my opinion. And, because Anthony left, Kudus was playing regularly at Ajax. He had a great season there. And then he went to West Ham, where he had a great season as well. Kudus is only 23 years old and he has already a lot of experience. He played 26 times for Ghana national team, scoring 13 goals in the process. He starred in the World Cup for Ghana as well. In the Premier League, he had 8 goals and 6 assists in 33 appearances, so he was very rarely injured, and his current market value is around 50 million euros. His contract expires in 2028, so Liverpool will have to pay a lot of money to West Ham if we want to sign him. I don't think we will pay his release clause, the 85 million. I don't think he's worth that much, and Liverpool will always try to get players who have brilliant value for money. And what I love about Kudus is that he can play in a variety of attacking positions: attacking midfielder, right wing, center forward, and his career is pretty interesting. He had this brilliant breakthrough season for Ajax, scoring 18 goals in 42 games. Before that, he was mostly playing as a substitute, so he hasn't scored a lot of goals in his previous seasons, but at West Ham he scored 14 goals in 44 appearances, 18 goals in total last season. When you add up his numbers at Ajax and at West Ham, he got 7 assists as well, and as I said, 8 goals and 6 assists in the Premier League is pretty decent for a team like West Ham, who didn't play very open, expansive attacking football under David Moyes. They were more conservative, sit back and hit teams on the counter-attack, which with the players that West Ham have, I never understand why David Moyes went with that approach, because I think West Ham had the players to play a different style. And as I said, with 8 goals and 6 assists, Kudus had a great season, but it's not an 85 million pound player worth of a season. Kudus started his career in the Ghanaian Right to Dream Academy, and then he went to Danish club Nordsjælland at the age of 17, where he had 2 brilliant seasons. In his first season, only 3 goals as a 17-year-old, but then the second season he scored 11 goals, and Ajax bought him for 9 million pounds on a 5-year contract. And guess who the Ajax coach was back then? Erik ten Hag, who described Kudus as a player with incredible potential. And what is interesting is that Kudus made his debut in the Champions League against Liverpool on October the 21st, 2020, but Kudus was subbed out after only 6 minutes as he suffered a meniscus injury which kept him out for several months. But since he signed for West Ham, he very rarely got injured, and his injury record is actually pretty decent. West Ham signed Kudus for 38 million pounds plus add-ons, so it's safe to say that West Ham would want at least 50 to 60 million pounds for Mohamed Kudus, but Premier League proven players always come with a premium, so maybe Liverpool are better off if we shop on the continent, because if you look at Sadio Mane, Bobby Firmino, Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, they will all signed for relatively low fees. When you think about, like, Salah became a 200 million pound player, Sadio Mane a 150 million pound player, Bobby Firmino 100 million pound player, and even Cody Gakpo is now worth at least 50-60 million. Liverpool made brilliant value for money signings, so that's why I'm a little bit hesitant whether Liverpool should pay the really big bucks for Mohamed Kudus. And Mohamed Kudus' best game, probably he got most famous for, came in the World Cup when against South Korea he scored 2 goals in a 3-2 win for Ghana. So Mohamed Kudus was instrumental in helping Ghana to that big win in the World Cup against South Korea. But unluckily for Ghana, they lost to Uruguay and Portugal in the group stages, so they didn't qualify for the knockout stages. So what do you think about Mohamed Kudus? Let me know in the comments below. Do you want Liverpool to sign him? Do you think he's worth 60-70 million pounds? I'm not sure about that, but the fact that we are after such exciting, brilliant attacking players shows me that Liverpool have really high ambition, and hopefully Liverpool will give the new manager Ornstein at least 150 million pounds to spend, because I think we need a centre-back, a defensive midfielder and an attacker, somebody who can play on the wing, preferably the right wing. Mohamed Kudus could deputize for Mo Salah as well, and Liverpool want versatile players who can play in multiple positions, so Kudus would be ideal in that department. I also want to talk about Jurgen Klopp's farewell, like party, concert, whatever you want to call it, at the M&S Arena in Liverpool. 9,000 Liverpool fans were in attendance. John Bishop, the Liverpool comedian, was hosting the event, and Liverpool FC organized the event. And Jurgen Klopp made some very interesting comments about Manchester City. John Bishop asked him, there could be a court decision that means you have won the Premier League 3 times. And Jurgen Klopp interrupted him saying, if you organize a bus parade in Liverpool celebrating that, I'm in. How long it takes, I don't care. Can you imagine Liverpool Football Club as the club with unlimited money? Because John Bishop asked Jurgen Klopp about what he thinks some Liverpool fans saying that FSG haven't bagged Jurgen Klopp enough and that's the reason why Liverpool haven't won as many trophies. And he said, imagine Kylian Mbappe came here and Liverpool had the unlimited money. Imagine Bellingham came here and Haaland. It's just not us. It's not us as Liverpool FC, as Liverpool the city. It just does not fit. We won what we won and we did it the Liverpool way. Fairly, following the rules and the right way. We had hard conversations and other clubs didn't do that in the same time. We should be really happy that we have these owners and not guys who bought London clubs and other stuff. I wouldn't have survived a year at Liverpool with those kind of owners in charge. He's referring to Chelsea in particular. Great development, but not good enough. Sack him. A year later, sack him. So yeah, Chelsea had a great development under Pochettino. They qualified for the Conference League and then they sacked the manager. Absolutely ludicrous. I mean, Jurgen Klopp was holding his head in shame at Chelsea when he was talking about it. He said, finally, Chelsea play football where people think they might be back and they sack the manager anyway. People always think the grass is greener, but we have owners who really feel responsible for the club and work really hard as well to be successful. I felt supported. We did it as good as we could have done and I'm fine with it. And Jurgen Klopp also made a dig at Manchester United saying, if the whole world loses trust and faith in a player, then the manager has to be the one behind the player. I cannot just buy into that. He's useless stuff, like other clubs did, by the way, buying a player for £80 million and then sending him out on loan. He's referring to Jadon Sancho, of course. Man United bought him for 80 million and then they sent him out on loan to Dortmund, and I hope Dortmund win the Champions League just to show Man United how wrong they were sending Jadon Sancho out on loan. They should have sacked the manager instead. Real Madrid lose to Dortmund in the final because it would be a fairy tale story. Royce's last game and he could win the Champions League, but you know, Real Madrid almost always win the Champions League finals, so let's wait and see what happens. And Jurgen Klopp said something very important, that he would feel the same if he won 3 titles to 1 title, in that he would have the same brilliant relationship with the Liverpool fans and he would have the same happiness that he feels right now. Of course, it would have been better for his legacy, but the Liverpool fans will forever remember Jurgen Klopp as a legend, regardless if he won 3 or 2 or 1 Premier League title. The most important thing is that Jurgen Klopp left a lasting legacy at Liverpool, which will be forever remembered in the history books. And whoever was a Liverpool fan during this time will always tell the kids, the grandkids about this absolutely magical fairy tale of a time of 9 years supporting Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. Was the best 9 years of our lives. I think we can safely say that as Liverpool fans. It was absolutely brilliant. What a ride it was. And it was emotional seeing Jurgen Klopp cry in that arena. There are some brilliant YouTube videos on the event which you can watch. I watched a 52-minute video this morning about the event and it was absolutely brilliant. And Jurgen Klopp is so right. Liverpool didn't do it the Chelsea way, the Man United way. We did it the Liverpool way. And that's so much more impressive than the Man City way of, you know, cheating rules and just buying everyone for 50 to 100 million. The Chelsea way, sacking a manager every season, spending £1 billion. The Man United way, also sacking a lot of managers, spending £1.5 billion on the squad, just buying the next shiny thing and the next shiny thing on the transfer market. Because we did it the Liverpool way, that's why the slogan says it means more. Because winning 1 Premier League title the Liverpool way, the right way, means more than Man City winning 4 Premier League titles in a row. And you can see it in, how even, the football community reacted to Man City winning 4 in a row than Liverpool winning 1 Premier League title. And by the way, Liverpool won the Premier League in a way that will never be repeated. 27 wins and 1 draw in the first 28 games. And winning it with 7 games to play in the Premier League. I don't think that will be repeated ever again. But let's wait and see what the new manager and the new Arne Slot era holds. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Good day.